Hello, guys! Hope you're doing well. I'm Melanie. If you enjoy a good Reddit story, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I won't stop you. Right then, let's crack on with our first story of the day. The first story comes from Educational Love 5101 in the AmITheJerk subreddit, and it says, "Am I the jerk for installing hidden cameras in my apartment without telling my boyfriend because I think he's hurting me on purpose?" I've been with my boyfriend for 2 years, and we've been living together for about 6 months. Lately, things have been rough because our schedules are completely opposite. I'm doing my medical residency, working nights from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m., and he's got a normal daytime job, so we barely overlap anymore. There's been lots of tension and fighting about not spending enough time together. But here's what's been happening. I keep getting hurt in the apartment, and every time he tells me I need to stop being so clumsy, but something about it doesn't feel right. A few days ago, I came home after my shift and opened one of the kitchen cabinets, and the whole heavy door just came off the hinge and cracked me in the head. It left a massive bruise near my hairline, and my coworkers kept asking what happened. I'm pretty sure I had a mild concussion. When I went to fix it, the hinge and screws were just gone. They weren't on the floor, not on the counter, nowhere. This morning, I was grabbing socks from his drawer, and sitting right there was the hinge, the screws, and a screwdriver. Last week, I got up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom and slammed my shin so hard into the bed frame I almost went down. There's always enough room for me to walk on my side, but when I checked later, the carpet had marks showing the bed had been shifted like a foot toward the wall. It was making my space tighter, ensuring I'd hit it. I haven't confronted him because honestly, what am I supposed to say? Did you sabotage the cabinet and move the bed to hurt me? He'd think I'm crazy. I kind of think I'm crazy. So I bought hidden cameras and installed them around the apartment. I didn't tell him. I know that's a violation of trust or whatever, but I needed to know if I'm losing my mind or if this is actually happening. Yesterday, I checked the footage and saw him in the kitchen with a screwdriver. He was messing with one of the other cabinet doors. He didn't fix the broken one, just another one. I still haven't said anything. I'm trying to figure out how to get out safely. Am I the a-hole for installing the cameras without telling him? I swear, I've read a lot of crazy stories, but this one absolutely takes the cake. Cameras in your own apartment because you think your partner is literally causing you harm? I mean, for crying out loud, what kind of trust level is that? And you know what makes it worse? The sheer audacity of this bloke to dismantle the cabinets and shift the furniture in such a calculated manner. That's a new level of eerie, isn't it? And all this gaslighting, making you think you're just clumsy while sabotaging your living space? It's unsettling. I absolutely get why you installed those cameras. In fact, I'd say you are anything but the jerk in this scenario. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Oh my, what a bloody horrifying life it would be to feel unsafe in your own home. And not because of a stranger, but because of someone who's supposed to care for you. If you're listening to this, you felt that too. Drop your thoughts below because it's utterly mental. Seriously, it's just, I don't even know anymore. Your safety comes first. If you need to leave, do it safely. You deserve peace of mind, honestly. And finally, tell me I'm crazy, but maybe this guy needs a reality check with a side of justice. Unimpressive River says, "You're not the jerk. Why are you still there? Just leave. What accident are you waiting for to push you toward the door?" I would have said something the moment I found the hinge and screwdriver in his drawer. I watch enough true crime to know that I don't want to be the focus of a documentary or a podcast. Pyro Scots says, "Am I the jerk? You need an exit strategy." Someone says, "Not the a-hole at all. You were smart about getting cameras in this situation. Now you have to leave safely." No Divide 7005 says, "I'm pretty sure I would notice if my bed was moved a foot when I walked into the room." Someone says, "I think I've seen a movie about this. He's slowly trying to drive you crazy. I don't even think you need the cameras. You have undeniable evidence with the cupboard that fell off and you found the screw in his drawer. If you need more undeniable evidence, I guess you can record him, but either way, you're absolutely not the jerk. Get the hell out of there." The next story comes from Euphoric Staff 2752 in the AmITheJerk subreddit, and it says, "Am I the jerk for sleeping with my friend while he was in a relationship?" Okay, before I tell the story, I want to make this clear. This all happened in high school, and while everyone has moved on, the situation lingered in my mind for a couple of days as I reminisced about my teenage years, and I wanted to share it. I'm a gay male, and this took place during my sophomore year. I had a friend named Norman who was bisexual. We had been close for about 3 years and would occasionally hook up. One day, I saw him in the hallway with this girl. Let's call her Mardeau. I said hi, and he introduced her as his girlfriend. I was confused because he never mentioned her to me, but I kept it friendly. We talked, and she said they had just started being boyfriend and girlfriend today after talking for a few weeks. This was very interesting because Norman and I were definitely involved during those few weeks, and he never mentioned anything about talking to a girl about a potential romantic connection. Then I looked at him, and he appeared like a deer in headlights. I said, that's very interesting. She asked how long we'd known each other. I said since middle school, and she said, wow, you guys must be close. I replied, yeah, we go way back. He actually took my virginity, and we used to hook up sometimes. She looked shocked and asked if it was true, and Norman flat out lied and said, no, I don't like men. I was just like, what? I asked him why he was lying, and then Mardeau snapped at me, telling me to stop pushing gay fantasies onto him and called me a derogatory term. I was like, wow, okay. For the next month, anytime Mardeau saw me, she'd glare or roll her eyes, even though I never said anything to her. I don't condone cheating whatsoever, but she was being completely unreasonable. She talked a lot of negative things about me and made it seem like I was harassing Norman and trying to hit on him because of that one moment. I avoided Norman entirely after that one interaction, but then I realized something. If you're going to be nasty towards me, I don't think it's my responsibility to protect your feelings or your relationship. After not seeing Norman in person for a while, I messaged him like, hey, I miss you. Let's get together. He said he wanted to, but was scared she would find out. I told him she wouldn't. He asked for pictures, I sent them, and he was like, oh, I need you so much, then came over. We were intimate, and he really enjoyed it. But then he was sad and told me he felt like he shouldn't have done this. I told him it's not like he really cheated on her. We had been intimate long before they got together, and she's unreasonable anyway. The next day, I'm sitting in class, and Mardeau barges in, marches to my desk, and knocks all my stuff to the floor. I was like, what on earth is your problem? The teacher told her to leave immediately, and Mardeau told the teacher to shut up. Then she looked at me and said, stop playing dumb. You know what you did. I was like, what did I do? Then she said Norman confessed to her that he cheated on her with me. I told her, I'm sorry you're upset that you got cheated on, but I'm not responsible for your relationship. If you're insecure, that's something you need to work on. She started hitting me. I was shielding my face with my hands, and then security broke us up. Then me, Mardeau, and Norman had to go in for separate interviews with faculty. I explained that not only did Mardeau physically attack me unprovoked, but she was also continuously spreading malicious rumors about me and glaring at me. I told them that me and Norman being intimate was not in any way an attempt to create conflict, because that was meant to be private business. After all the faculty meetings, Mardeau was suspended for 6 days for bullying, using derogatory terms, and fighting me unprovoked, among other things. I didn't receive any sort of punishment because relationship drama isn't against school policy, and Norman got suspended for 2 days because he kept lying to the faculty and also because I exposed him. Mardeau was unreasonable and tried to physically attack me. But honestly, Norman was the worst one here. He lied about never being intimate with me, allowed conflict between Mardeau and me, cheated, and then told Mardeau our private business, causing conflict. Norman and I stopped talking, even though he came back on 4 different social media pages after I blocked him, asking for forgiveness. But yeah, this was in high school. I'm 19 now. What do we think, guys? But yeah, that's what happened. I'm 19 now, and honestly, life was more entertaining back then. Someone says, yes, you're the asshole. Too easy. Next. OP provided more information in the comments by stating, I probably am. I don't feel bad about it because I'm not going to feel sorry for sleeping with someone's boyfriend if that someone in question was continuously bullying me and spreading gossip about me. Knickers, 1978, says, why is this important? Would you change it if you could? You're the jerk for worrying about it like it matters. OP responds, it's not important. It's just looking back at something that happened in high school. What, so I can't look back on old memories? Someone says, yes, you were an a-hole, and you also refuse to take accountability. You got slapped around because it's what you deserve for being obnoxious and a homewrecker, so to speak. Was it right that she put her hands on you? No. Was it justified? Yes. He lied about you and left you looking foolish. You deserve that situation, and hopefully, Norman received his karma as well. If it happens again with someone else, the consequences may be even worse. Stay away from people in relationships. Our last story comes from Lopsided Turnover, 32 in the Am I the Jerk subreddit, and it says, "Am I the jerk for wanting to reach out to my ex-husband after I was the one who left him?" I divorced my husband 3 years ago. We were together for almost a decade, and he was genuinely the love of my life. But his depression got really bad toward the end. Like, really bad. He stopped going to work and eventually got fired. He wouldn't get out of bed some days. I begged him for years to see someone, try medication, or literally anything, but he just wouldn't. I stayed way longer than I probably should have, hoping things would change. They didn't. So I asked for a divorce. When I handed him the papers, he just looked at me with this completely empty expression and signed them without saying a word. I cried the entire time. Felt like I was ripping my own heart out, but I didn't know what else to do. I was drowning, trying to keep us both afloat, and he wouldn't even grab the life raft. I tried to act like it was a good thing around my friends, fresh start and all that, but it was a lie. It never stopped hurting. 3 years later, and I still reach over to his side of the bed in the morning, expecting him to be there. I still expect to see his car in the driveway when I get home. Nothing has gotten easier. Here's where it gets complicated. I've been looking at his social media. I know I shouldn't, but I do. And he's doing well. He's back in the gym. He's on medication now. He's smiling in photos like he actually means it. He looks like the man I fell in love with. And now I can't stop thinking, what if I had just held on a little longer? What if me leaving was the wake-up call he needed, and I could have been there for the good part? Or worse, what if I was the thing making it harder for him to get better? Part of me wants to show up at his door and tell him I never stopped loving him and ask if there's any chance we could try again. But I also know I was the one who left. I don't know if I have any right to come back into his life now that he's finally okay. Am I the jerk for even considering reaching out after I was the one who ended it? Too long didn't read. Divorced my husband 3 years ago because his untreated depression was destroying us both. He's doing better now and I want to reach out, but I don't know if that's selfish since I was the one who left. A Reddit user says, "You didn't leave because you stopped loving him. You left because you were drowning and he wouldn't grab the rope. That's not abandonment. That's survival, babe." Someone says, "You did the right thing for yourself by leaving him. I'm glad he's doing well, but it does look like he has moved on." It's also possible he harbors resentment towards you for leaving him. If you really want to reach out, just send a very short message like, "Hi, I came across your social media and I'm glad to see you're doing well. Contact me if you ever want to talk." Don't mention meeting up or getting back together. Don't apologize for the divorce or anything. Just put the ball in his court, and if he doesn't reply, let it go. Oh man, what a whirlwind of emotions and tangled heartstrings. How do we even digest a story like that, right? Just when you think you can wrap your mind around the chaos, another layer of complexity rears its head. But listen, you phenomenal viewers out there. If you were sitting at the edge of your seat through that emotional roller coaster, and trust me, I know you were, you've got views to binge and thoughts to share. Dive into the comment section, vent it out, argue, debate, whatever you need to get all that off your chest. I want to hear all your thoughts. And hey, while you're spinning through this emotional vortex, why not click on another one of my videos and join me as we untangle more of these intricate human stories? Let's keep this amazing conversation rolling because I genuinely can't do this without your incredible energy and perspectives. Subscribe if you haven't, because honestly, folks, it's only getting wilder from here.